we'll be on back really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Game 3 AMD Premier League Grand Final Best of 5 series. So right now Tongfu up 2-0. I am Luminous. I'm joined by BTS Gods. And Gods is crying for a 3-0 sweep so we could get some Denny's after this. I agree with the Denny's, but I'm not sure if Zenith is going to get swept here by Tongfu.
No, I don't think Zenith will go down without a fight, that's for sure. And this is a team, I'd imagine they do not want to get 3-0. They're a very prideful team. That's not something they would stomach very well. Remember when they got beaten 2-0 by Orange? Was it 2, maybe even 3-0 by Orange in like some grand finals, like the GST or something, and they were not pleased. So that was Orange. That was also the Yamushi rivalry. But Tongfu probably a team they're okay with losing to, but obviously they don't want to lose. They'd rather win this. So we'll see if they can bounce back. They've switched up the drafters. XY now drafting instead of Freedom.
Yeah, so maybe not really feeling XY's picks, especially with that solo mid PA. It looks like Zen is spending a little bit of time here thinking about the second pick. So Magnus is in the pool. And what else are we kind of forgetting? Do you actually just ban the clock here?
I don't consider picking it, I guess, early on, but I think it's definitely a ban-worthy hero.
Yeah, this is not blowing it over the water, not to say that we're overhyping it. I think Clockwork is a fully legitimate pick, and chances are if you don't ban it, Tongfu will just straight up pick it up. There you go.
Yeah. Cool. I'm fine with banning that. It does leave some scary heroes in the pool. Lone Druid, likely to be picked up in the first 3 by Tongfu. If they don't pick it first, it could actually be Zenith grabbing it, because Ice does play Lone Druid, and it seems to be one of the more popular options here. Elsewhere, I guess we're looking at maybe a mag pickup for either of the two teams.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, Tongfu definitely have their fair share of Shadow Demon first pick as well. And normally, if this is the Western scene, I'll say mag, no questions asked, first pick. But you know, Tongfu maybe going their Lone Druid, maybe going for the Shadow Demon, maybe just gonna go with mag. Moose mag's pretty good too.
Yep. No, definitely agree. They're actually thinking things through, getting into their extra timing with this first pick. So I imagine it's either mag or Lone Druid they're choosing between. They're going to go mag.
Yep, they are.
Zenith want to grab Lone Druid, or they're in some trouble. Yeah, they grab Lone Druid.
And I think it's a safe pickup for Rubik here as well, right? Or you could pick up ST as your secondary support. But against the Magnus, I feel like ST or Rubik
Gyro.
is...
Yeah, that's another hero worth picking up nice and early.
I'm not sure about that one. I just don't see Tongfu playing Gyro themselves. I don't think I have seen them play Gyro.
Didn't they pick Gyro back in game 1?
No, they went AM, right? Unless I'm forgetting.
They also have a Gyro?
Oh, that's Rising Stars. Sorry, I keep confusing.
I think we had a Gyrocopter game.
I think we had a Gyrocopter game. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Sorry for
Both these two teams have had a Gyrocopter game.
Okay.
Game 1 was Hal on Gyrocopter, maybe? I can't remember, to be honest.
No, it was.
I haven't eaten, so I forget things.
We have not eaten at now. We have not ate for 21 hours.
Damn.
Can we start a Kickstarter? Can we ask for donations? We're like actually too poor to get food right now. That's why we haven't ate yet. It's gonna be a Shadow Demon second pickup here for Magnus. And I'm just surprised that Rubik's just like being left alone. Especially when you see like teams like MBFC draft Rubik first pickup. I guess teams just...
That was when Shadow Demon was banned, though, or Shadow Demon was taken.
Yeah.
They actually rate Shadow Demon just as much as they rate Rubik. For them, for Winter, it's always Shadow Demon or Rubik, depending on what their opponents maybe first picked, and depending what's there.
And it's gonna be a Dragon Knight coming out from Tongfu.
Cool.
Is this a How Dragon Knight? How does play DK, right?
I think it's a Moo solo mid DK. Well, I guess they have the mag as well.
Yeah.
This is weird because I don't like DK safe lane. I feel like DK is strongest in the mid lane.
Why do you think that?
It's like why do you put mag in the mid lane? Like you don't. He's not a hero he's not really a true hard carry. You just need to bottle crow, flame breath stuff down and get your early farm. You benefit a lot from having the solo XP as well.
I don't know. I feel like Dragon Knight does have the... Every time that I think we've seen Dragon Knight once or twice in the past couple of days when we cast together. And he does give you the early game farm. He gives you like treads, drums, and that sorts, and that's nice. It doesn't feel like he has the late game impact, right?
I don't think you should go treads drum. I think you go just boots Shadowblade. Like bottle boots Shadowblade.
Okay. So I guess we're operating in different axes, because I'm picturing a Dragon Knight to get this safe lane farm, go things like Midas first, get it by the 4-minute mark, and you go things like Armlet, AC, and just go level 16 complete ownage mode. But
Bans coming out really fast now. AMSF get banned by Zenith.
yeah, and we're gonna see Tinker as well as Skywrath Mage being banned out. So both teams directing a lot of these bans toward each other, because definitely Shadow Fiend AM is a few of Tongfu's favorite heroes, and likewise for Tinker and Skywrath.
Yeah. The big limitation here putting DK mid is it puts Mag to the offlane. Mag offlane can be shut down and prevented from doing too much here. Not to mention he could be in a 1v1 against a lone druid, which is okay for him, but it's not a great matchup.
Sorry, I was checking live chat viewers. And
Seems all good.
10 seconds remaining.
What am I? Oh, they're just laughing at me for forgetting the gyrocopter. For a second I was like, did I mute my mic and did I forget my overlays? Because LD's standing behind me and I can't forget overlays when he's standing behind me.
Yeah, pressure's on.
The pressure's on, gonna get fired. Alright, nothing's wrong here. I just forgot that gyro was picking one. Alright, that's okay. I can make that kind of mistake. Alright, CK and Bane's gonna be the last ban out here, and we're gonna back to Tongfu for the fourth pickup.
I imagine they look just to get to their support first. If they want to, they probably don't want to let Zenith know if they're picking up another carry, or if DK is going to be their carry, Mag's going to be their mid, and they get some offlaner. They probably just want to get their Leshrac, their whatever it may be, as their secondary support.
I kind of like Lina here, simply as a good way to kill Lone Druid, no matter how fat he is. SD Lina is definitely a kind of an insane killing combo with Soul Capture on top.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't want to get that Laguna Blade being stolen as well, so that's a legitimate concern.
I feel like DK isn't alone enough damage to carry a game, which is where Tongfu are quite likely going to be picking up another carry or semi-carry. Yeah,
Okay,
they go for a Weaver.
It's going to be a solo mid DK. It's going to be a Magnus, perhaps on the safe lane with the offensive tri-lane with Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver can go offensive tri-lane. You can even do like safe lane solo Weaver if you do want to tri-lane the DK.
Sure.
Or off-lane Weaver. So it's... Yeah, a lot of different ways Tongfu can do this. We'll have a better idea when you see who's playing what, because Hao almost definitely will be in the safe lane.
Actually,
whether it's with Weaver or DK.
How spicy would it be if you draft an AA right here? Get some chilling touch action, cold feet in the lane with the dragon touch, or dragon tail spam.
It'd be spicy, but it wouldn't be the good kind of spicy, I don't think.
I don't know, man.
Chilling
Chilling touch plus
AA,
Weaver? I don't know.
Like chilling touch. How does it benefit Weaver more than other heroes? Because of the
It
Jet
doesn't.
Knight?
It just. Well, actually, your second hit it makes your damage come out faster, right?
Yeah, and I guess Weaver's more likely to get more auto attacks in because of his mobility.
There
with
you
the
go.
Shikuchi,
There
but
you go. No.
The problem is you go in with a Shikuchi, then you get lift in the air, you get stunned, you get rocket barrage, you're dead.
No. I'm saying the Shadow Demon AA Dragon Knight tri-lane.
Oh.
This is the Kofi into disrupt, and then they come out stunned, and you stun them again, or you could disrupt into stun into Kofi. Like it's the combo.
I don't see
is
why
limitless.
why would you pick AA over Lina?
Because he got chilling touch.
I think Lina gives you more damage, like overall damage output is greater with a Lina than with an Ancient Apparition, even if you take into account chilling touch.
No, actually, if you get 3 hits, 3 chilling touch procs, it actually like out damage a lot of other spells. But I'm like pushing it away. I believe
AoE stun versus.
I don't know. I think Lina's a better
touch.
hero overall. So I'm just
Cool, okay.
I'm just like trolling.
Just checking we're on the same page.
Okay.
Don't want to be losing you, Lumi. I know you're hungry, but
I'm kind of out there, man. I need food right now.
what other Silencer? No, I don't think we see Silencer. Silencer not good against Lone Druid or Gyro. Silencer was great last game because it was Mag and Darkseer, like all these
And Bane.
teamfight
That's a big
heroes.
one,
Yeah,
too.
Lone Druid, Gyrocopter, they don't give a shit about Silence really.
Yep. So Lina's gonna get a pickup. So nothing too surprising out there. The
Zenith-
only surprise is the lack of AA, and Zenith is gonna be on their last pickup here. Are we gonna see something traditional like a Juggernaut? Tinker's not in the pool. No,
They need a mid. It seems like mostly to me. I don't know. I mean, if they want to just go for a standard Queen of Pain pick, but It's kind of dull.
All right, here's where they slam the Invoker. Let's go.
5
Let's get some
seconds remaining.
Extort, Wex, Invoker, Lone Druid combo, all right? Alacrity, Lone Druid?
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
combo.
happy. I've seen too much Queen of Pain today. Southeast Asian teams love this hero too much.
For anybody joining us, this is game 3 of a best of 5 series. Tongfu lead the series 2-0. Of course, Gods is thinking of a sweep.
Yep.
I'm hoping for Invoker and not a sweep.
I'm...
10
Yeah, I don't know.
seconds remaining.
What am I hoping for here? As far as
Solo mid sniper, let's go.
5 seconds.
No,
remaining.
sniper would
against
be
the
such a
DK.
bad, like every hero on Tongfu's side just
Touch.
owns a sniper.
Oh, Solo's farming Sand King? Or is it farming Leshrac?
Well, we'll have to.
I hope it's Solo mid Sand King. That would be cool.
Solo Miss Sankin Caustic Finale owns DK, like hard.
Well...
No, it does.
Yeah.
It owns really hard.
I...
No. It owns really hard.
I'll Sand King versus DK you after this game, Lumi.
The shots fired. You beat Eternal Envy. I don't think I can beat you. I don't beat Eternal Envy.
DK, you just rush bottle and you sit back and spam Flame Breath. Like, it's no problem.
All right.
You get hit by a Caustic Finale every now and then, no problem. You have a bottle. You bottle Crow.
It's gonna be a Yamate Solo Mid Leshrac, and I feel like this is actually one of his...
It could be Gyro mid if they want to go Trilane Leshrac.
Sure, that's fair. Though Trialing Gyro is also very popular.
10
Yeah.
seconds
Um,
remaining.
This actually is one of my favorite carry Leshrac player,
5
Yamate. I feel like
seconds
whenever he
remaining.
plays Leshrac as a carry, it's always very successful. He gets a ton of farm, he gets a ton of kills, and then a ton of items. And Leshrac as a carry, you need a ton of item to actually make it work.
It was like one of his go-to heroes at TI2, I feel.
Yes.
At least during the group stages. Back in the big games when they got into the playoffs and stuff, the secondary stage, they picked a bit more Morphling and stuff, and some carry heroes. But during the group stages, when you had like 12 matches or whatever it was, they picked a lot of farming Leshrac.
Is this a support Yamate Leshrac? He has no goal left. It's on the courier. Okay, it's on the courier. So, I was gonna say, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Yamate play support.
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Alright. Looks like Spirit Bear. He's gonna scout things out.
Seems-
Mood, by the way, is gonna be on the Magnus. We have King J on the...
Solo mid-mag, it looks like.
Yeah, safe lane DK. So get out of here, gods.
Wow. I'm disappointed.
Don't
Is it even send DK to the offlane against Lone Druid? Oh, right. Forget. Let's theory crafting aside. There's a big 5v5 fight going on.
He's gonna get lifted. He's gonna get Burrow Strike through. Oh, where's the stun? That's a 4-man Linus on ice looking for the Burrow Strike. He's gonna find how, but how sort of tanky defensive disruptions right there. King J in a little bit of trouble. He will have Sakuchi, but the Centaur is down. King J's gonna give up first blood. Since so will the Weaver follow through, and it looks like that's Rubik, and Magnus is gonna go down. That Rocket Barrage is doing so much work. That's like the second or third time doing the Rocket Barrage. Banana's gonna go down. That's 1-4 so far. They're looking for the perfect pentakill. Shanshan's gonna be running away here, and that's gonna be it.
Is it still a pentakill if it's not one hero getting all the kills?
I don't think that's gonna be a pentakill.
Okay.
Yeah, but pentakill is 5 kills. So for
I need
those of
to
you
I need
guys
to
out
work
there-
on my smite terminology.
Is this Smite or League of Legends? I think it's League of Legends.
It's League of Legends. I'm trolling you.
Damn, I got troll hard.
Okay. Good fight for Zenith, I think.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I
I thought Ice was going to go safe lane solo, but he goes to the off lane now. But he's got 900 gold, triple kill, first blood, boots.
think he's okay here.
Yeah.
Despite against 3. So it's gonna be.
Invis Sand King maybe can go for a kill at mid.
I mean, there is no skewer. He's got the point to it. Yeah, he
Oh,
does
he
have
has.
skewer now. Yeah. I think
You see some harass. Chain's done it.
Well, actually, Yamate's got Edict. I don't think you could get the kill with the Edict because of the creep wave here. So
Yeah, even with lightning, it'd be very difficult. Chain Sun's coming out. They'll do some damage here. Probably not see a kill. He's actually going to
Actually-
Oh, I think he was hoping to be screwed with. Actually may get this. Druid
well,
coming
that
in
one creep is tanking so much of the damage, and the tower now focusing on Yamate.
I think if he waited like 1 second longer until there was less creeps.
Yeah, it was really close, and the Edict damage was not like I guess randomized towards on the hero, so you could blame RG on that. Top lane, King J's gonna have a little bit of shit. Centaur gonna get dropped down, and I mean the big thing that we really didn't talk about in that big team fight was a Gyrocopter had like 3 or 4 Rocket Barrage all casted, and those hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the big deciding factors. They also had a Sentry Ward down, preventing Weaver from just like using that Shikuchi to great effect. They didn't kill him right off the bat. He Shikuchi'd out of range, but then when he came back in, it was like, oh, you're dead right away, Weaver.
Yep. So this is actually one of the stronger killing lanes, I want to say. The disruption into Dragon Tail, that's a lot of stun duration. The issue with that is that once the Spirit turns level 5, as soon as the hero gets disrupted, he's just stick it on Banana, and Banana actually just die.
Yeah. It will not be fun. And those 3 kills they got in that level 1 fight gets him this much faster level 5. He can do this 1v2 this lane against 2 heroes fine. When there's Shadow Demon Lina as well as DK there, he has to play fairly safe. But if he knows one hero is pulling, one hero is missing, or if both supports missing, he'll destroy Hao with an Entangle or 2.
Well, he's actually nicely done. He's using the bear to try to block off a couple camp, preventing the camp to be respawned, even though there's already a ward there to block it. So Hao, I don't think he will be bottom curling, but here's the thing, I don't think he's going to get the safe lane farm that he's normally going to enjoy either. Like, he's not going to be explosive out of control.
Nice at bottom. Really smart harass coming out. He's just trading hits on his Spirit Bear for hits on Lina. Lina gets down to like half HP.
Yeah, force the tank go out here a little bit. Hao's going to be farming away. Oh, somewhat of a difficult lane up top of King J. He's gonna get a Burrow Strike, Rocket Barrage. Again, RGN not really helping out those Rocket Barrage, but a nice dust pick up here. They had a Central right there as well. They are not gonna let him go home free.
They're not messing around these supports. They've also got a smoke on the Sand King if they want to go for a rotation and a gank on Mu sometime soon. Although not the easiest hero to pick off. You have to chain stun it perfectly, but with Lift, Sand King, Burrow Strike, Leshrac stun, you could potentially do so, but I think for now they're quite happy to get these kills at top, get XY some more fun on his Gyrocopter, and just sort of look to play a dominant laning stage.
Yeah, and this is going to be testing time here for Tongfu. They're very good at generally getting ahead and then keeping the lead. Most Chinese teams are, and that LSA just completely whiff on the bear on the bot lane. How good are they at making a comeback? They're down 1-5 right now. It's hard to say they've lost every single lane, but it feels like it. They're not getting too much done on the bot lane. It looks like Mu's gonna be, if he gets lifted mid-skewer, or they get completely changed on Splitter, is gonna gotta hit. They do hit on top, a couple more right clicks. Spade is gonna get seal the deal. Yeah, so they're definitely losing mid now. They're losing top, and I don't think they're winning bot. It's kind of a wash. Yeah. So how good is Tongfu at making comebacks?
It'll be interesting to see. You've got Lone Druid who's going to be level 5 now, which will be even... these lanes, while they've already lost, are going to get worse, I feel, rather than we see anything like a comeback. I don't know where the comeback comes from. Weaver's sort of stuck continually heading back top lane. He can't gank. He can't look to move around. The one hero who can is going to be Mu, the playmaker, the solo mid. So he's needs to make sure he doesn't get ganked and killed anytime in the next sort of couple of minutes while he's trying to farm the Arcane Boots. He needs to get his level 6, level 7 up, and he's going to look for those setup kills around the map. Otherwise, it's the 2 supports.
Remember when game 1, it was Mu had this kind of big, long gank on the bot lane where he just waited on the side shop? This is something that he can't do against the Leshrac on the mid lane, especially due to Splitter and Edict. It looks like they're going to make it go on the bot lane right now. Ice. Oh, nice actually resummon on the bear. That's going to take the Soul Catcher. Double Flame Breath coming out here, and they are going to kill the bear. A very much needed kill. You talked about Mu being a playmaker. He's not going to have too much option doing so unless he wants to lose that tier 1 tower, because Edict, one of the forgotten thing about Leshrac as a solo mid is that he will take down your tier 1 tower very easily if you ever rotate off of that.
Yeah. I guess more so than Mu, it's going to come from the 2 supports looking for some like MUFC-ish, just use 2-3 smoke ganks in the first 10 minutes and try to get a kill with every single one. Just keep buying smokes, keeps looking for kills, both on Leshrac at mid and those wraparound kills on Ice bottom. It's not that easy to gank the top trial lane, but ganking the 2 solos, definitely possible, as they are now hovering around this mid lane.
They're thinking of making a go here on Leshrac. I'm not too sure what it is.
Mag.
What
Big
happened?
Mistake.
Well, what happened?
We'll
Well, that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Leshrac doesn't know, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like you hit level 6 and you accidentally misclick your skill, but your opponents always expect. It's like you're a juggernaut. Like your opponents assume you have Omni Slash and they'll play as if you do. So you can scare them around.
I mean, but you're still gonna have to skip Shockwave at 7. Like,
yeah,
what are you gonna do? Not gonna skill it to 8?
If you hit, as long as you're hitting Skewer, you still have the same amount of damage output since you get the extra 70 damage from Skewer anyways.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not gonna, as far as farming creep waves go, it'll be annoying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, not that he know it, he's gonna be a lot safer. It's gonna be okay. There's our RP being selected.
Hey, and now that he has the RP, level 3 Skewer means he can get a better RP.
Here's the thing though, Ice is waiting on top lane. It's gotta be very careful when he skewers in, because when he's skewering and he's being the only target there, that Edict's gonna do a ton of damage.
Yeah, 2 supports have actually rotated top now instead. They won't be looking for a kill at mid, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna find too many kills up on the top lane either, unless they make a big dive. But XY, already like the supports has been missing for a grand total of 1.5 minutes. It should be absolutely clear that somebody's gonna get ganked.
Someone's getting ganked, so everyone will be playing a little bit more passive. Or if you're farming your lane, it's because you have backup, someone like a Sand King who can use that Burrow Strike to save you.
And meanwhile, because the supports are gone, How is just getting completely decimated upon. Just 2 one-hit entangles in a row. A little bit of RGN hacks going on there, and Yamate, yeah, there's a haste rune mid or invis rune mid, but he doesn't see Mag. He just backs off. Like right now, Mag's wasting more time than
look at Jaro's sitting behind in the trees behind this tower. He's not been ganked, but these supports have been missing so long. He thinks he is, this is smart play from XY, even though the supports aren't there.
I guess to be fair, you're trading your supports not getting farm versus a gyrocopter getting farm, which hey, I think Tongfu doesn't take that trade. So it's not, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbow here for Zenith, despite being up 4 kills. They're definitely up by 3,000 gold and 3,000 experience, which is pretty good considering that there is no kind of any tower lead. Looks like Dragonite was forced to TP back home with the DK coming in, rotating back in.
Yeah, and Sand King still hovering around behind Ice at this bottom lane. Does now have his boots up.
I find something really lacking is kind of lane wards for Tongfu. They don't really see any kind of support rotations. And it's going to be very hard for their carry players to adjust accordingly. The only lane ward they have up top is this one, and they see X-Freedom coming in, so Weaver can be playing accordingly.
Yeah, well, Tongfu, as far as comebacks go, they've got the arcane boots on Mag. He needs to buy TP scrolls, smoke, something so that he can sort of get to other lanes somewhat unnoticed now, I feel. On top of that, the 2 supports need to find those kills, or if they're not finding kills, they need to be more efficient with their time. Do stuff like pools and stacks, because right now their levels compared to the Dire support levels is just not comparing. Rubik level 5, Sand King 4, Radiant supports, both level 3.
Yep. I like them to see actually this big stack that they did in the neutrals. They just blow it up themselves. So just use a Dragon Slaver too, or use a couple poison stacks. It's definitely worth a level between the 2 support heroes, and I guess they're definitely saving it for the carry, but the fact that they're down so far in terms of experience, I think it's time to actually blow it up, get some gold, get some EXP, play catch up.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. As for Zenith, do you think they just keep sitting back and farming, or do they look to get a bit more aggressive? Like Lestrak, I guess, not the best ganking hero, but he's gone for the Edict build, so I think we maybe even see him leave mid lane and look to push some of these side lane towers with his team, probably the top lane.
I think they play defensive. This is actually very reminiscent of their game against Team Liquid back in TI2. I'm not sure if people even remember that game where back then Team Liquid liked to gank and roam the map all over the place. And it had this like crazy lineup with the AA and Invoker. They just sat in every lane, made sure every single solo got farm, and anybody got engaged, they just like Sunstrike, Prophet TP, AA Blast. And that's exactly what Zenith is doing right now. They have the better late game, in my opinion. They have the better start as well. With Gyrocopter getting decent farm, with Lone Druid getting decent farm, and of course Leshrac getting farm mid. If you get any gank off against a single hero, maybe, like sure you kill Leshrac, the 2 other heroes are getting farm. And I don't think it's a winning race for Tongfu to get these ganks off. So I think Tongfu needs to adjust. They need to actually keep on farming as well. They need to not fall too far behind.
Yeah, I think they're at least the Mag, DK, Weaver need to keep farming. The supports can rotate around, and that's where we'll see maybe supports rotate mid and OP used just to kill off the solo Leshrac, and I think that's an efficient use. But having a group up as any more than the 2 supports with one other hero isn't going to be a good use of Tongfu's time. If they're just killing off one hero, well, the trades they're getting are not good, because Zenith will quite happily give up 1 kill if it means they're getting farm and towers in other lanes.
Yep. And yeah, so I guess to answer your question, they just sit back and farm, they being Zenith. And that's going to force Tongfu to farm, because they're not starting up on a good track to kind of keep up.
Yeah, definitely good. DK's seems to be doing a bit better since, well, considering you're up against a Lone Druid who had a triple kill to start things off at bottom lane. I would have loved to see Lone Druid as the safe lane solo just because of the great start he had. It would have been like a 3-0 Lone Druid with like level 1 boots or Orb of Venom and like a couple extra 100 gold up against a solo Weaver, and he could have completely destroyed the Weaver.
Oh yeah, you give him a pair of Sentry Ward, GG, right?
Yeah.
So.
But hey, he was the offlaner. Ice, unfortunately, does not have the funnest role in Dota.
Actually, if you look at King J's Weaver, I'm not well versed in my Weaver build, but I'm not sure whether this is the correct build here.
Yo, I've never seen this build.
What, maxing swarms? Secondly, prioritizing execution? I don't think this is correct. I mean, I don't want to question King Drake, because I mean that's a blasphemous act, but
It's very annoying. The level 1 swarm doesn't last very long is the main issue.
Why do you need swarm? Is the bigger question right now.
Yeah, that's it. Chews up a lot of your mana too, which is mana you need to be using on Shikuchis in the early game.
Right, and I guess it's more understandable if they expect a kind of a big mid-game push or some sort, where swarm is going to be effective for your team.
Yeah.
But there isn't going to be a big mid-game push. In lane, Sakuchi is just a lot more important. Your swarm's not going to be useful against Sanking because he could sandstorm and the bug falls off. I imagine Rubik's going to stay, relatively far back. Windows update. All right.
I had a Windows update earlier today. I just keep kicking postpone. That shit can wait. Got Dota to cast.
Well, our Danny's trip is definitely being postponed as well.
It's alright. Alright. GD Studio apparently have replays. I just saw a tweet from Bruno saying action replays.
So as an instant replays.
I guess that means instant replay. I guess that's what it means. I wonder what's happening in Game 3. Need updates. Okay, they just finished the draft. Predictions. IC Cup or Mouse?
Let me hear the draft.
Mouse, playing on Radiant, have Jakiro, Leshrak, Lifestealer, Nature's Prophet and Puck. IC Cup have Rubik, Visage, Weaver, Gyrocopter, and Batrider.
They let through a bat?
Bat plus Gyro.
And the most late game hero is Leshrak?
Lifestealer, I guess.
Lifestealer?
And they have Nature's Prophet.
Okay, so I think ICC Cup has completely outdrafted Mouse from the sound of it.
Yeah, I like the Weaver, Rubik, Visage tri-lane. Well, maybe, yeah, I guess it could be a Weaver solo with Gyrocopter tri-lane, but it's like you said, man, safe lane Gyro is like so good. It beats so many heroes.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Like, it's one of the few heroes who actually does really well against off-lane lone druid 1v1.
So, yeah, ICC Cup by the picks, but how are they playing,
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see how things go. But I won't get to see. Well, we won't get to see here. If you guys want to check that out, get your second monitor and head on over to twitch.tv/thegoodstudio. You're going to watch some good old Western Dota for the TI3 qualifiers.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to find a copy of Harry Potter online. I'm gonna pick up where we left off last time.
Yeah, I think I remember where we were.
Here, I have a link here, but this is pretty ghetto.
I mean, you can just Google Harry Potter and it'll give you like the entire thing in text form online.
Yeah, I have it here. Unless you found a better one yourself.
No. I'm too tired to read Harry Potter, to be honest.
I think we all are. Well, I would read it, except I have a very bad reading voice. I'm a bad reader overall. But, well, Windows update at least better than DDoS.
Yeah. Let's hope DDoS never comes to Asia.
DDoS can't handle Asia. Wait, I should not be provoking the DDoSer like that. Well, for anybody that's joining us, we're in Game 3 of Tongfu versus Zenith. This is a best-of-5 series, and Tongfu's up 2-0, so one more game and they sweep. Fortunately for Tongfu, they're kind of down right now. They're down about 3,000 gold, 3,000 experience, 4 kills. Not exactly the biggest loss. It's like one team fight, one big RP, and they're right back in this.
Yeah, I think Tongfu are behind, but we've seen them execute and we haven't seen them play from behind yet, but it'll be a good test if they can actually do something like that. But I think all in all, it's not a huge difference that they can't come back from. You've got a mag on your side if you can set up some good team fights with it.
I think Dragon Knight's one of the worst hero you could have when you're behind, though.
Yeah, I agree.
He doesn't...
DK is
do
a very
anything.
sort of needs to be on par or ahead in terms of farm
Right.
to do damage. If you're behind, it's like, well, all he can do is have a long range stun,
Yeah, flame breath sometimes.
instant stun, and yeah, some creep clearing abilities. But flame breath isn't even that powerful on as far as nuking heroes that so much.
What's R seeing?
Restarting, reconnecting,
Okay. Well,
Singlish.
he is back.
Lumi, that's rude. Why are you yawning on screen?
Okay, gods. Nice tossing me in the bus. That was like an instant reaction too. Can I spoil one of the feature we might have for the Eastern qualifiers? No. Big Boss LD says no. Can't do shit, guys. All right, we're back. Yamate's back as well. And just to put ourselves back in the game, Tongfu very far behind. They have to look for these kind of small pickoff or to get some farm. And I think, yeah, Lina's going for some pulls, going for some attacks. This is what I want to see. Just abuse the jungle, get some farm out elsewhere, and try to make a comeback.
Yeah, this observer ward though will spot out any pulls from the Shadow Demon. Will also spot out any ganks. So they can't really make a whole lot happen at this bottom lane. Also, if they're not pulling, if they're not seeing lane, well, Zenith kind of know that they're probably trying to smoke gank mid, rotate top, go somewhere else. So this one observer that Zenith have at the bottom lane actually achieves a whole lot.
Yeah, similar to the same observer ward that right next to King J up top. And King
Yeah.
J, he's
It doesn't spot the pulls though, which I guess is a small limitation.
Yeah, it is. The courier is going to be coming in, delivering a drum. So XY going to be going for a lot more early game of a skill build. Back in the mid lane though, caught the tail end, skewer, RP, LSA, a couple more right clicks. So they go for those free pickoffs. They go back to farm. I think this is a good, kind of a good adjustment of how Tongfu is playing this game.
Yeah, this is the game plan. Pick off, back off, farm, repeat. Whenever this mag ulti's back up. Or even they'll look for the pickoffs without the
Lane
mag
though,
ulti.
looks like lift into a Burrow Strike and a Dust. King J would not live through that one. And that is not a fault of his skill build, just no matter what happens. I'm surprised he got caught up because he had this Observer War, so he would have seen the 3 supports here. I guess she just got picked off in lane, which that should not happen.
Oh, Tower goes down to tier 1 at top, XY with that, so any efforts by Tongfu to sort of claw their way back into this game bit by bit, kind of getting offset there by that tower goal.
Regeneration.
Yeah,
They may have to look for something bigger.
yeah, they got two huge stacks here. Mu already clearing on one of them, is working on another Shockwave. Banana getting some of that EXP, he's gonna hit 4 off of that one, so that's decent. And Mu, he's halfway to his Blink Dagger. Once he finds it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tongfu, if they can just do their best to not give away too many more kills, the one hero you worry about is going to be this Weaver. Not skill build aside, it's just he's got no farm. He's 0-3, he's got Tranquil Boots, and that's it.
Yeah, Weaver and DK, right? Like these two heroes are just.
Yeah, DK's behind, but he's still got items, I guess. But
Yeah,
Weaver,
but what is he gonna do? Like you said in the team
Yeah.
fight, a stun and a fire breath, and that's it. Yeah, Weaver's gonna do less. I guess maybe that's why he's going for the swarm build. It's at least it's gonna provide something his team. Looks like we're gonna see a wraparound smoke gank. 4 intended for the Magnus, but they're gonna go into the jungle instead. For their sake, they should. Oh, they're gonna see this big stack, and they could easily clean up that big stack. Banana's gonna get focused. Burrow strikes, whatever. And if that big stack gets stolen,
don't know
like,
if they actually saw it.
maybe they didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Maybe the tier 1 tower is a little bit more important. They're gonna straight up push this.
Yep. They haven't found it just yet. They would love to find it. They've got a perfect line for killing it off with Burrow Strike, Less Strike Stun. They can just chain stun and burst it down. But
And looks like Hao is going to give up this tower as well. So, tier 1 tower is going to be down. He's going to be going for BKB, which is, fine item choice. Again, it's not going to help his damage output or anything.
well, Tongfu, you see some Flame Breath spam just to slow things down.
Flame Breath.
All right, DK doing something. He pops the ulti
Not
for him. I don't
really.
know about that.
Not really. Burrow Strike into a Splitter, into a couple more right click, lift on top, toss him back. Mu's coming around here, does have RP available. He's going to just use a one-man RP. Yeah, there's a Flame Breath kill. Look at how he's tanking it up. He's doing work.
DK OP, let's keep going, Matt.
All right.
Still hasn't used that RP. He can't really find an opening to do so
There
because
you go,
is on
offensive
cooldown.
disruption. There's a level 4 Swarm, doing some work as well. Swarm
Yeah.
OP. X Freedom getting picked off. Hey! Tongfu!
Keep chasing you. Tongfu bouncing back here. Zenith, well, XY as well as Yamate do need to be a bit careful here. But meanwhile, in the backlines, there's Ice. Laguna blade on him as well as a cooldown being used. And with that, Zenith are going to be able to get the return kills. They bring down the mag. 2-3 heroes so low. Lina trying to TP out. DK gets finished off by the flat cannons. Barely. Lina escapes, as does Shadow Demon. They would have loved to have saved DK though.
Losing the mag and DK not part of the plan, but regardless, still a lot better than expected. You don't expect like a 4 for 2 trade. That's what they got when you're losing like this. When you're getting your tier 1 tower picked off. Still a lot better recovery from DK than expected. They didn't even use that RP that last fight. They didn't even have a chance to use that RP. That's why.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you're getting a fight like that, which goes pretty decently without an RP. Got to be feeling a bit more confident if you're Tongfu. Not to mention this Blink Dagger is going to be up, which is what Tongfu really needed that fight to get that nice RP.
Yep. And now Dragon Knight's going to be free farming on the bot lane, seeing a huge creep wave.
Yeah.
And BKB, it's going to have in about like, I want to say 5-6 minutes of free farm if he does get interrupted. But that creep stack, call it down, Burrow Strike, Flat Cannon.
Oh.
That is one of the
He's going to it
games.
now. He's got this empowering. He's like, man, I'm gonna go.
He
find
sees
this
the corpses. He sees the corpses. That is an insult to injury, man.
And he has the empower, which would have helped him bring it down so easily, but not going to see it happen.
Mid lane.
Meanwhile, mid lane. Goodbye, Ice. Maybe skewer back into the tower. Is there going to be a DK stun? Yep, there is, just in time. XY. Is cooldown still on cooldown? Yeah, still on cooldown. So actually, Zenith need to be a bit careful here. They're going to drop a homing missile and just look to try zone Tongfu back a bit. They do not want to take a fight right now.
Yeah, but that's another successful kill. Assist kill going to Moo. 1600 gold, looking for the Blink Dagger. I like how aggressive that Tongfu is playing without the Blink. A lot of teams when they're behind like this, they're like, okay, farming that Blink is priority number 1 on Magnus. And after the Blink, we'll go for some team fight. We'll go for some tower kills. But Tongfu says, yeah, we don't really need that Blink. We'll just good mobility, good rotation, and we get kills.
Yeah, alright. It's working out well. And that's something which DK, even when you're behind, I guess the one thing DK can do is help set up kills just by popping the dragon form and then following up with the stun. The instant stun where you can catch people by surprise if you sort of combo them together with that range stun can help set up some kills which otherwise you wouldn't be able to get. So I think that's one thing where DK can look to get into the game.
Yep, and Weaver, he's been getting into the game as well. He's got 3 depth, but since then, 2 assists, 2 kills. Now free farming on the top lane. Going to be going for drums, so a little bit more early game build, assisting his allies a little bit. No, it's going to go back to a Basilius, so King J's all over the place with his basic items.
Okay, yeah. I guess looking just for a ring of Aquila and then something like a Drum of Endurance. Weavers have been going this drum build somewhat recently when they've been playing that offlane as sort of that utility Weaver. And hey, you got the max out Swarm, you get some auras for your team. This is a very useful teamfight Weaver build.
I think Basilius is actually a fine item on Weaver, considering the fact that, you know, you're going to be split pushing a lot, and the +2 armor is never a thing that, you know, you care about the +2 armor quite a bit.
Tongfu right now, still sitting back and farming a bit longer, and I think it's because this Blink Dagger is still not there yet for Mag, which is okay. We're 15.5 minutes in, not really expecting it to have happened just yet, considering that Tongfu are playing from behind, but a couple neutral camps, and Tongfu will be looking for maybe a team fight with that.
Ooh, they're fighting. They want to take this fight without the Blink. Sentry gets dropped down, the Psy gets C-warded, and that's cue for Tongfu to back off. You don't want to go up a hill blind and not see anything there.
Move. Spams down one more quick wave. There's his Blink Dagger. Shockwave actually gets stolen by Freedom.
That's a pretty big deal. It's a fairly damaging nuke. It's extremely spammable. It's a lot better than Fable.
I think it's one of, I mean, as far as what spells are available, that are spammable nukes, is probably one of the best. Still, Flame Breath, not bad. Lina, Light Strike Array, or Dragon Slave, probably not bad, but he'll be happy with this Shockwave. It's a longer range, too.
Yep. King J now back on the bot lane and try to apply a little bit of pressure there. All they really have to do, they being Zenith, is match the bear where Weaver is, and he doesn't get any farm. Or you can match the XY, and he's going to have his farm limited as well. Speaking of XY, he's got his BKB finish. Do they have an answer to this? I don't think so right now. Not right now.
Not really, and they don't have exactly enough physical damage. I think it'll be more just Gyrocopter, even when he can't really be killed too easily in BKB form, but he's not also going to be doing a whole lot of damage until he picks up his next big item. Similarly, he's only 1300 HP, so...
Blink, skewer, backward, mid lane here. Yamate in a little bit of trouble. Shockwave's going to be used. He doesn't want to use the RP, he being Moo, because there is a Rubik behind. Defensive disruption, but here comes Hao. 3-man splitter, but just 0 follow-up. That was really a close call from both sides.
Yeah, I think Zenith had already committed to retreating when that split earth came out. If they knew it was coming, they would have maybe looked to at least pick off one. Oh, Blink RP.
And that's gonna be, yeah, 2 dead for sure. I love the smoke. They just immediately smoke behind their tower and decide to re-engage. Nobody expected that one. Kind of pull the old switcheroo. Now you see me, now you don't.
TP's top, and they're going to go for the tier 1 tower while Weaver farms top. They're not going to get this tier 1 tower, it looks like. Ice rotating. Can they actually go get a pick off here?
Ooh, Ice. He's gonna eat the LSA. Disruption just started to purge to open it up. Swarmed right there, stun. LSA, Skewer, Laguna, everything being dropped. And look at him. He's gonna move out of the Laguna range. But XY fighting everybody with the flat cannon. It looks like he's got a kill.
Last bit of flat cannon damage. Just got Shadow Demon.
I think they'll take that trade, taking Lestrak, Rubik, as well as Syllabear.
Yeah, it was a Syllabear for a Shadow Demon at the end, which was, well, it looked pretty damn good on paper. Zenith do get themselves a tier 1 tower, but Tongfu just finding some key kills on fairly farmed and high-level heroes is going to help them just get back in this game bit by bit.
Yeah, the Sand King is surprising poor right now. I guess he's playing the 5-row Sand King, really been getting a lot of wards. Rubik's the one that got themselves the Arcane Boot, so I guess for the most part, it's going okay for Tongfu. Even the goal graph is, still dipping towards a favor of Dire. It's been actually increasing. Mostly because of these tier 1 towers. I imagine if Radiant have a better foothold in this game and start knocking down tier 1s of their own, they're going to be making a decent comeback. I don't think Tongfu's out of it at all.
No, they're definitely not out of it. They are. I mean, the gold graph is 4 or 5k and increasing after this Roshan goes down. But a lot of that's coming from towers being taken on a single tower Tongfu has claimed yet. So it's mostly tower gold. The farm is actually decent for Tongfu in general. They're a bit of a way behind the Gyrocopter, but that's just the one hero who does scale well to late game, but if Tongfu can sort of get a control over him, they do have some answers.
Thank you.
And you're being beat to the Roche timer, Lumi.
I only ride the Roche timer if I have food. So, no food today, no Roche timer for me. I'm hard to maintain.
Okay. Well, DK with a complete BKB.
Okay.
So
still just a glorified range fire breath spammer.
Who is a lot harder to kill, I guess, but
sure.
he's still not doing. He doesn't increase his damage.
He's still flame breathing, yeah.
Yeah, flame breath is still his best source of damage.
Yeah.
But it just that progressed to late game, and I think maybe somewhat he's gonna. Well, I guess he gets empower damage.
Sure.
That's nifty. Level 2 empower only. That's gonna keep on increasing.
Hey, empower Poison Dragon better than empower Flame Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Got to get that extra corrosive damage, and he gets himself a T1 tower. So first tower of the game go to Tongfu, and is this the start of a comeback?
I think it is. Unless Zenith gets something big, Weaver's slowly getting some farm. I mean, they're not really taking Zenith. They're not really taking too much advantage of Tongfu's weakness. I think that's mostly due to Hao's good RP, kind of getting kills here and there. And Zenith has been trading somewhat unfavorably. Sure, they're still getting item ahead because of the towers, because of the Roshan kills, and that's fine. But Weaver is gonna get big late game, and they don't have a good answer aside from Entangle, which you can't, you can't prey upon.
They've got quite a lot of chain stun though. You look at Rubik lift, Lestrak stun, Sand King, Burrow Strike.
Right, and that's good against a Weaver, but that's not the only one you're dealing with. You're dealing with Mu in these team fight. He's gonna be going for BKB. He's gonna have to garner some attention. Same thing with Dragon Knight. He's getting big as well. Can you imagine if Hao picks up Assault Curious as his next item? It's gonna be so difficult for Zenith to kind of pierce him down. Yeah. Speaking of item progression, Spear Bear has his armlet. I guess he's going for Basher or for Maelstrom next. Let's wait and see.
Also, Hayes maybe looking for a Maelstrom there. Tower, actually another tower. This one picked up by Mag. So
yeah.
2 towers quickly to Tongfu and nothing really given up in return. And Zenith maybe getting some farm in a couple different locations, but nothing really noteworthy.
Yeah, Weaver's got the drums finish, got the status. He's, again, still pretty much a non-factor here. Starting to pick up his first point of Gemini attack. I guess Swarm is really what he wants in terms of aiding the team. And I guess, to be fair, Swarm allows Hao to do a lot more damage, allows Magnus to do a lot more physical damage. So it's not a bad spell, despite being granted the minus armor. And more importantly, on the squishy support that are trying to run away. It's decent. It's decent.
Yeah, I feel like, for me, Zenith, they're ahead. They've played this game well. The one thing, though, that they haven't justified...
Blink Skewer, are they going to use a one-man RP? No one-man RP just yet. They bait out double BKB out for a tier 2 tower. I think they could chase this if they want to do so, BKB's gonna get popped. They're gonna go on ice. They cannot come back to rescue him because Blink Dagger RP is available. Oh, but they just let him walk away.
Unfortunately, first hit entangle onto How. He had to put the BKB somewhat preemptively. Freedom. Can he get caught out? No.
Oh, King J walked away. King J walked away and didn't give sight. Banana had the struck, but he didn't have sight for it.
Yeah. Zenith. Well, somewhat well retreated. I think more just poorly executed there by Tongfu.
Yeah. All the carries popping their BKB charges, so it's, you know, they're on parity for that one. But Magnus, you know, not using the RP. He's been a lot more careful this game in terms of preventing those RP steals. I think the game before he got his RP stolen 4 times in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This game he's been a lot more careful. If he sees a Rubik, he's not gonna give him the RP.
Well, Zenith trying to make something happen a bit at top lane. Well, I was trying to say before, I don't feel like Zenith have really, like, they had this solo mid Leshrac, but I don't feel like really justified Leshrac as a solo mid. Like, they've given him all this farm, but his impact on this game hasn't been that significant.
I think he's gonna have a bigger impact than the Queen of Pain, if you kind of compare the two heroes.
Yes, yeah, I agree there, but I feel like some other hero that it could have maybe done a bit more.
Like what?
I don't know. Something.
Something.
Bloodseeker. Brewmaster. I mean...
You know, Bloodseeker is a fine counter to Weaver. I'm completely honest on that one.
I don't know about Bloodseeker. I mean, he's helped bring down some towers fast with the Edict, but
yeah.
Apart from that, he didn't dominate the mid lane. He offers another stun, but it could have been something like a Lion Solo mid. It just doesn't feel like it's been this dominating farming Leshrac. I feel like the trailing Leshrac is great because you just chain stun people down, but as a solo mid, he's got some early farm. He's playing really well. Like Yamate, like his last game, his mag missed a few RPs, but this time around he's had a good game. But the hero itself just hasn't really seen that much action around the map.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, like any other intelligence-based solo mid, you're like, oh, 25 minutes and you haven't done anything. We're done, right? Your solo mid's not doing anything. Like, for example, Skyrap Mage. But I think as a Leshrac, he's one of the best late game intelligence hero there is. Like, you stack a couple of items on him, he stays in the middle of the fight and post Nova you down. It's actually pretty impressive damage output. So I wouldn't say he's a non-factor, but I agree with the fact that he's definitely not doing as much as you imagine Leshrac would do. We're gonna see a Dragon Blade, a Shadow Blade Dragon Knight.
Cool. I'm okay with that. I think it's a decent DPS item. As far as you get damage, you get some attack speed, and having the Shadow Blade initiation is pretty nifty. There's a Weaver who does have invis, so there will be sentries and gem up on the dire side. Probably see a gem being picked up very soon as they realize there's a Shadow Blade coming, but I still think it's a good item.
I think mostly it's for like using it to chase in the team fights. I don't think he's ever going to be using it to escape. I think BKB's probably far more reliable compared to that one. Yeah, and again, we're going to be in this kind of farming stage of the game where I think, again, Tongfu perhaps has a better late game advantage. It might change very quickly if this barrier gets a couple of, lucky entangles and whatnot. It looks like they are going to try to pressure tier 2 mid. And everybody is in position to defend. Mu, does he have his BKB? He's missing like 80 gold, 70 gold. He's so close.
Yeah, he could sell Magic Wand or the bottle, which I guess he just doesn't want to do right now. He'll wait things out, but there's no impending fight just yet.
Well, if we're going to be going back to one of those farming stage, I think Zenith perhaps is farming their lead away. They're going to get Roshan because they have map control. And they have decent late game here in the form of Leshrac, Spear, as well as perhaps Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter by far the latest hero in this game, but
yep.
I think they're giving more and more time for Tongfu to make any kind of comeback attempt.
I feel Weaver, he's going to get some kind of nifty items up, but he's never going to be like a true carry hero this game. So it's more like the DK versus Lone Druid plus Gyrocopter. So I feel like late game it's 2 carries against 1 almost. But the one thing Tongfu have, oh yeah, absolutely. The one thing Tongfu do have late game is always the mag RP. So in some ways, mag is as important as a carry in the late game.
And didn't we see this before?
The animal cruelty.
With the Rising Star feed.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen that before, right? We said you could lose game like that, right?
Yeah, well, yes. You're going to see a Spirit Bear get brought down there, and Zenith, they kind of want this tier 2 tower, but they don't want to commit too much to it. They're trying to remain hidden here in the Radiant jungle.
Is that? Oh, that's a fake one. BKB used as well. It baited out an RP. Will it get stolen? It does get stolen. Oh my goodness. XY. Freedoms walk in. Dropping the RP. He will find the RP just on the edge. Epicenter being channeled as well. That might have lost them the game. Laguna Blade comes through, but look at how tanky How is. He has Dragon Blade coming back up. Shadow Blade. He's actually going to be focusing on the bear. Does have a ton of wand charges. Still not using it just yet. Lina on the high ground trying to fight away everybody. Freedom's going to get picked up by Ern, so the two supports trade off kills. 4 for 3, not exactly your worst trade.
And DK recovered the gem. He actually, so they didn't lose the gem. It's not the worst for Tongfu. Mag, his BKB wore off during the RP, which got him killed. But while DK, he was still in his BKB form, so they couldn't actually kill him during that RP. And are we actually going to see a revenge kill here? How? Shadow Blade? Sensual spots him.
Yeah, it's not going to be the kill. You know, for the fact that they have initiated off an illusion on Yamate, the Leshrac, as well as using an RP for that on that illusion, as well as a single gyrocopter, and having the RP stolen and used against them. Epicenter followed through, call down followed through. If you consider all of that, and it only was a 4 for 3 trade and a tier 2 drop down, I think it was not bad for Tongfu. But end of the day, they still lost the team fight, they still lost the tier 2, and the goal lead further extends.
Yeah. Well, Tongfu, I guess. I mean, we've been saying they can come back, and it's looking like someone will come back for some time. And I mean, the gold graph, which dipped down to 5k, is still hovering around that 5k mark. So as long as they can get off decent RPs in these fights, they're always going to stand a chance. And DK not dying in that fight, picking up a drum.
Kind of awkward drums.
Yeah.
Mid-game drums. I guess maybe they're really feeling the pressure. Like any item we could get right now to stave off our immediate defeat. I guess that's perhaps one of the reasons. In fact, they want to go right back. They have Blink RP up right now, and this could be the perfect angle to go in, especially if you lead, with your Dragon Knight Shadow Blade. Here we go. Find the Leshrac, find the Rubik. It's going to be on XY. Blink, RP. It's not going to find Freedom. Freedom, though, does steal the RP again. My goodness, Freedom just so on top of it.
Use it. Oh, he doesn't get to use it. He gets brought down too fast. Now they're going to Yamate, who has a BKB, but that doesn't matter. With Hao starting to do some decent damage here, they bring down Spiritfarer as well. Everyone except Lone Druid hits the deck.
4 for 0 coming out from Tongfu, and this is why you never count out Tongfu, even though down by farm. And guess what? Roshan's conveniently right back because of the RP. RP even being stolen, but good focus fire from the rest of the Tongfu, bringing down the Leshrac, bringing down the Rubik to prevent that RP usage. And now suddenly you get the Aegis, you give it to Mu, or you give it to King J, and the game is suddenly right back in the favor of Tongfu.
Even see maybe going to the hands of DK, although you don't respawn in the Dragon form, but I still think DK.
He needs it.
They will give it.
Yeah, they're gonna get it.
He also has a more limited item slot since he got the Drum of Endurance.
Yeah, I'm not really sure he needs that one. I'm completely surprised about that decision.
I think it's okay. I think if he does get brought down in a fight, the fight's probably lost for Tongfu.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same with Mag as well, but
I think you put it on your Weaver, to be completely honest. I don't think he's fat enough to justify Aegis usage, or use Aegis wearing on him, but eventually he's going to get fat enough. Yeah.
So that'll give Weaver some more survivability.
Yeah, I haven't really talked about it too much. I mean, against...
BKB's all over for the Radiant team. Well, all three of their main farmers.
Right, and it basically shuts down 3 of Zenith's 5 heroes. Now, granted, those 3 are not exactly the most important 3. It's Gyrocopter and Bear that's kind of to be the big factor, but Gyrocopter being initiated upon every single fight, he has some big damage items, but he's not being able to use it too much.
This is where, like, kind of going back to the Leshrac solo mid, like, he's all magic damage BKB, and he's no longer a factor. If you can have 3 of your heroes at their entire damage be this magical damage and stuns, then BKB, just such a good counter.
Yeah. XY is going to be farming away on the bot lane. Not too sure what, he's going to be picking up a Mask of Death. Lifesteal is going to be his choice, so Satanic is going to be the next item, which, it's kind of the natural progression. How though? He's got 2800 gold. I think he's picking up a Ultimate Orb, or he should be. Unless he's going to go like straight up hard or something.
Ultimate Orb for a...
Oh, sorry, not Ultimate Orb, Hyperstone for Ace.
I was like, Lincoln's or... Okay, yeah, I think Assault Crest is good. Or Heart isn't too bad either.
Or Maelstrom.
Yeah, or you go the damage route, which is your Maelstrom, your MKB. I don't think we need an MKB really, because Gyrocopter's not going evasion. So, yeah.
Tier 2 is going to get traded, I imagine. No, they're going to go back and try to defend this one. Ooh, DK form coming in. The Purge going on XY. Blink, skewer backwards. BKB being used. Not using the RP just yet. Now using the RP. Mu looking for a kill. Looking for a kill.
Blink or
Yamate.
skewer. He doesn't. He's already used blink and skewer. He's got blink in a couple of seconds. He may just solo RP this.
He will. He definitely will. I think it's worth it too. Blink, RP. Where's the follow-up though? They gotta focus on him. Disruption on. He does have BKB, but not the Dragon Knight coming through with the Shadow Blade. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, you can see Ice trying to do as much damage as possible. He's gonna try to TP out. He will make it out alive.
Smart play. He gets his tower down to a couple hundred HP. So.
Yeah.
Weaver gets himself some farm, but that's a low tier 3 tower. So Tongfu, well, the comeback is a reality now. They are almost back to dead even as far as gold goes. All the last couple team fights going in their favor.
Triple BKB on the 3 cores on the Radiant side. Gonna quickly check out the graphs. It's going back to almost 0. In fact, Radiant's leading in terms of experience. Yeah, Tongfu's back, guys.
Well, I guess that they're going to get scary. They've got these BKBs, which is their defensive items, which is helping them stay alive in the fights. And the next items, which give them actual damage, are coming next. DK's probably a damage item, even if it's just like an Assault Crest, I guess, is a damage item. Even if it's just a heart for survivability. I will have a mag with a refresher or something. We'll have Weaver looking towards some kind of a damage item as well. That's where they start to get really scary in team fights. So Zenith are going to have to start worrying about these next coming up fights.
Yeah, I mean, I would even consider Heart a true damage item for DK simply because it makes it so tank that he's going to be in the front line. It adds a little bit extra damage, but more importantly, he's tanking so much his allies do more damage. Himself do more damage just by being alive. So if he wants to go for kind of the safest choice, I think Heart will be a good buy still.
And Tongfu, they've grouped up as 4 in their own jungle. Could be looking for a smoke or some sort, looking to make something happen here. They don't actually have Weaver with them, so with this split, it doesn't actually look like they're probably looking for a pick-off and then going to try back off because Weaver's actually going to be pushing out and farming top lane.
But DK not popping his ult for him here.
They scattered all the trees. They think someone's hiding.
Well, nobody hiding yet, but this chair
It's risky.
Yeah.
Well, it's not super risky because Mag's sitting behind with an RP, so even though it's 4v5, Zenith aren't going to go like, oh, it's 4v5, let's just go run in there looking for kills, because Mag plus DK, Lina burst damage with an AoE stun, they can easily turn that around.
The other thing that haven't really mentioned too much is that there is 0 initiation on Zenith. They have a Blink Burrow Strike, but that's pretty much it. Most of these team fights has been initiated on Tongfu, and it's letting them fight in their own terms, and also it's freely for Tongfu to push tier 2s like that, and DK being exposed a couple seconds under tower, but who's gonna punish him for it? I mean, you're sanking a blink in, but as soon as that ends, he BKBs and kills everybody.
Well, and as a result, I guess for Tongfu, they're getting further and further ahead. Well, not so, starting to get ahead, it feels like. Even Gyrocopter, who's now finished off an MKB, looking towards his next damage item, it doesn't really seem like a true scary late game carry. All the armor on the DK, the BKBs on these heroes, he's not going to be able to rely on his teammates for lockdown. All he can do is damage himself. Lone Druid, it feels like needs an Assault Crest, which he almost has his Assault Crest.
Yeah, a little bit
Soul
of
Catcher on the bear.
by breaking out Skewer, going on the bear as well. They want to really bring him down. Calldown's going to be used. How? He's got Aegis, so he's tanking a ton of nukes. We'll be using that one. Burns it, no big deal.
Not really worth it, but bit of a mistake, but hey, he respawns, Aegis gets used. I think
Aegis was running out. Yeah, it was like a minute left, so.
Not really a mistake then in that case. Better be safe than lose it now when you know you have it for another 30 seconds or a minute than have it like 5 seconds before, like 5 seconds after you want to fight expire.
Well, looking to actually push a little bit harder here. That tier 2. Dragon Force been up for about 15-20 seconds. And the rest of the team driving them away. This tier 2 tower should be going down soon.
Yeah, and the Empower giving DK more damage. This is where he doesn't actually need a damage item. He can go for a heart because he gets the Empower. It doesn't give him a huge amount of damage. It's what, like plus 50% bonus damage, so it's like an extra plus 60 damage.
That's a relic worth of damage. It's not bad.
It's not bad, and it sort of makes up for some of his DPS dealing problems. He's actually got an Assault Crest. Full Assault Crest delivered for DK.
Yo, that's
4 plus armor to deal with Lone Druid and Gyrocopter, and with a BKB, he becomes unkillable, and his damage output gets pretty scary.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a big lifesteal item of any sorts, which I imagine that's what he's going to be working on next. There's some like next level dewarding going on right now. Do you see this? There's a Satyr creep up on the high ground, and it was dewarding one of the range creeps. I guess Rubik lifted up and threw it up there.
That's some high-level play from Tongfu.
It really is. Or no, I think Zenith did that, but holy crap.
That's cool. Well, Zenith really need to make something happen with this fight. They've got a side of Vice on Yamate on his left track, so it feels like he needs to be the one who can sort of look to set up some kills they otherwise wouldn't get. Look for a fast scythe on the Mag or DK, someone before they pop their BKB and get a quick pick off. I think that's going to be like sort of the Zenith game plan from here.
I got a quick question for you regarding that one. Let's pretend Tongfu wins this game, right? Let's pretend they farm up a couple of times and get up some big items and win the team fight and they win. You know, what would you say the turning point of the game is for Zenith? I mean, I don't think they're gonna lose this game flat out. It felt like they have lost their lead. You know, remember when they had 3 tier 1 towers destroyed, they kept all the 3 tier 1 towers alive. They got the first Roshan.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I feel like probably, I mean, it was around the time that BKBs were getting picked up, but I feel like leading up to that, they needed to be sort of taking more towers, taking Roshan themselves, and you have a Leshrac, Lone Druid, you should be looking to get tier 3 towers. When you're ahead by, even if you're only ahead by 3, 4, 5k gold, you can look to breach high ground tier 3 towers with an Aegis, and I feel like getting Roshan and an Aegis should have been easy when they were that far ahead. Sure, you're up against a Mag RP, but it definitely was a possibility for them to take Roshan, look to push and take the high ground.
Instead, they kind of went for a kind of a starving gameplay, trying to, you know, poke and prod at tier 2, and
it's like starve without the starve. They didn't buy a gem until I think they maybe bought one recently, but they didn't get a gem. They haven't really been looking to limit Tongfu's farm. Tongfu have always been finding farm and even finding pickoffs.
yeah. And Dragon Knight just walking from lane to lane to lane to keep on farming, up to now 2,000 gold.
Well, Gyrocopter picks himself up a Reaver, so he's going to be looking for that Satanic, which will help things out a bit.
I think this is the game where he goes Satanic Divine. It seems like it.
Yeah, but Divine, we're looking at maybe 50 minutes before he can have enough gold for that.
Hey, this game's not going anywhere right now.
Yeah, that's true. I think Tongfu just sitting back, Roshan respawning in about 1 minute time. So that's going to be where we look to base our next sort of focus of attention for the two teams, as well as just the game overall. Sentry Ward being placed in the bottom river just to sort of prepare for this. Zenith know how important this is. If Tongfu get this, it could be game over. If Zenith get it, it could be the opening they need to get back in.
Yeah, it definitely won't be game over if Zenith picks this one up. It allows them to kind of fight an aggressive team fight. Especially, actually, it would be pretty big game-changing if it's on Gyrocopter. Yeah. Most of Tongfu's kind of initiation has been on the Gyro. They pick him down, they lose all the damage, they being on Zenith, and then the team fight gets, you know, a lot easier for it to Tongfu. So if they get it on the Gyrocopter, then it could be pretty big, especially with the Satanic on top.
I think if Zenith get it, they can almost go for a push, look for tier 3 towers, because they've had Aegis and Cheese.
And Satanic.
The only thing I would stop it from working is buybacks. DK has buyback. If a couple key heroes, all these heroes have buyback, except Weaver maybe. Weaver's close. Weaver no buyback. He's a couple hundred gold short. But once they have buyback, it won't really be possible.
Look at both teams. They're just smoking and looking for each other right now.
They're getting close to each other. Mag. Almost in range.
Swarm already used is going to be on the mid lane. Well, it's kind of awkward.
It's a big chase. XY's actually alone.
XY breaks out Invis, and now they will turn around. They should know.
Okay, he's got backup now.
This Observe Ward is going to see most of the team. The smoke is running out in a couple of seconds. They see Freedom. Got to burst him down first. Oh, they're trying to run him away. Yes, they do kill him. And Magnus, waiting from behind, call down is going to be used as well. Ice Burrow Strike in, trying to disrupt. Yamate popping, giving everybody BKB. And that's the repeat. That's on everybody. Frost Epicenter is being tossed out by How. BKB not really protecting enough. Yamate is going to go down. Ice is going to go down. XY already dead. Sure, the gem is dropped on the ground. I'm sure that it was Magnus dying, but I just don't think Ice will survive this one. Drum's going to get popped here.
There's just Shadowblade DK. He'll look for a stun here. Ice, can he TP out of this? I highly doubt it. Nope, not going to happen.
Couldn't play to seal the deal.
That was Zenith got caught out from behind. Rubik getting focused down first, so there was no opportunity for an RP still, then the perfect RP.
On the 3 core. It was actually the perfect RP.
Yeah.
And now they would go back to the Roshan pit, take out the Aegis, and go back and farm. They don't need to press right now. In fact, I don't think they should press considering the Dragon form.
Heal up, wait for ultis, and then maybe even wait for like Mag to have enough gold for a refresher. Basically, they've got about 6 minutes of Aegis cheese and sometime halfway through that, they probably look for a push.
Bless you, LD.
My gratitude.
Hal's gonna be focusing here on the Roshan. And I guess DK still pick up the Aegis.
Yeah. Or,
no, they
one,
give
or
it-
the cheese.
Yeah, they give the cheese to Dragon Knight, which actually works out best.
Weaver will have MKB now.
Yeah.
Bless you again, LD.
Yeah, he force staff up on Shadow Demon as well. That's gonna be allowing them to initiate or counter initiate quite easily. And what does Lina have? Lina's got that Ghost Scepter, very good against Gyrocopter and the Bear. And I mean, it's not like the Dire team don't have good item progression. They actually have some very decent one. It just is very concentrated. I mean, the Blink Dagger's up on Sand King. Kind of just straight up rushed it. Didn't even upgrade the boots. But I just, for whatever reason, I feel like Zenith is just not getting the good jumps that Tongfu is getting.
Yeah, it seems Tongfu are finding all the openings and just they're making their own openings. When Zenith try and go for these smoke ganks, they're not finding anything at all.
Does it come down to the lack of initiators? I mean, for Tongfu, they have Dragon Knight, they have the Purge opening from Shadow Demon, and they have, of course, a Blink RP, Blink Skewer, and Zenith has a Blink Sand King. That's it.
Blink Sand King's it. I mean, I can go back to what I criticized earlier. The Leshrac Solar Mid, if that's something like a Blinking Brewmaster or a Clockwork or whatever it may be, the Mag, the Batrider, these sort of more initiating type Solar Mids, it's a different story. I think it's just as good as a Queen of Pain Solar Mid, but I think you need to sort of explore other options if you want to have that. So you need an initiator with this Zenith team. Gyrocopter as well as Lone Druid can't offer that.
Okay, so Hal passed off. Oh, okay. For a second, they gave the cheese back to Mu to pick up a Daedalus, but now Hal gets the cheese back. And this is Big Deep's Dragon Knight right now.
Oh yeah, Weaver's with his MKB, and he's pretty safe even without buyback because of the Aegis, and Mag with 5k gold.
Okay, so if they get a good jump here on Magnus before he pops his BKB, or on Dragon Knight before he cheese, but no, he's gonna get a jump on Yamate. RP's gonna use Stolen, so only the Shockwave. Skewer towards the Dragon Knight and the crits, it's gonna fly out here. X1 trying to fight that one, but oh, nice Epicenter coming out here.
Can't be used.
Ooh, nicely done here. Freedom comes back in to kind of clean up, but King J gonna clean up for his team right now.
It's no longer just the DK doing damage, it's Weaver as well. King J trying to chase down Ice Ice Ice, Soul Catcher on him, and MKB Frog cancels the TP. Only Sand King left, and he's blinking the hell out of there. It was still like an alright fight from Zenith. The one thing which went horribly wrong was Yamate got stunned before he could cast a spell or use his Scythe of Ice. He just got brought down, critted, and then splat.
It's kind of been like a continuous theme here for the Dire team. Either Yamate gets initiated on, either Gyrocopter gets initiated on, and they just lose a third of the damage. And I don't think Zenith could win a team fight while eating RP without a third of the damage. And Dragon Knight, I guess both of us kind of underestimating him as a really powerful initiator. And as a tanky initiator up in the front as well, you don't need to rely on your RP as much.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. And, well, you don't need to rely on the RP hitting, like, the entire team as much, but when you have a refresher, which he's just about to get, you can use those solo RPs. Just go for these little pickoffs on one or two heroes. Make sure one catches the Gyrocopter with how much damage he's doing, and there we go. Moo, refresher completed.
Well, one of them was devastating enough, because he's finding these good ones, and
yeah,
second one will be tough.
Rubik has to steal RP, I feel, for Zenith to stand a chance. And he hasn't even got a Blink Dagger or Force Staff on Rubik, so
I mean,
he
you
can
can't
maybe
blame
steal
him.
it.
He's been dying all these fights,
yeah.
so...
Yeah, not blaming it. You can maybe steal it by sitting back, but actually walking in to get an RP off.
It's not gonna happen. He's gonna RP before that happens, so...
It's 900 HP. Weaver will kill him in like 3-4 right clicks. DK, similar story with the dead. If he gets a crit, he's just one-shotted.
Well, they're waiting for King J to get here, and that should be... Are they gonna jump without King J? That would be pretty bold. I guess King J could cut in here from this side. Okay, maybe not.
Well, Tongfu grouped up at bottom, and with the Chi still up, with the Aegis still up, they want to go soon, because the Aegis doesn't have a whole lot of time left. About 2 minutes left.
Yeah, this is kind of, I think, the Zenith's last stand right here, because...
Lumi, what happened to Yangmi? He stopped running Roche timers.
Oh,
He did it once. 1911 was the last Roche timer.
yeah, maybe he
missed
wants
2 in a row.
he wants Denny's too, because everybody's hungry now. Dragon Form's gonna pop. They're gonna just go straight up on high ground. And they're saying, you know what? If you're not gonna come to us, we'll come to your Rex. And you gotta have to defend. Glyph is gonna get popped out. King just kind of halfway HP. Any urns here in the dire? No urn, no mech. Oh, there is an Lina. Okay. Love the creep wave very quickly, and they're gonna go right back.
Yeah, I think as they should. They've got about a minute or two, a couple more creep waves which they can do this while they still have the Aegis, and they should be able to get the tier 3 tower at least during that time.
Right now, Sand King staying on the back line here, ready to jump. You can see he has drop his jam. He knows he's going to be probably dying. Force staff forward here on XY and BKB. Everybody pops up BKB. RP's going to on top. RP gets stolen. He's walking in. He gets blown up here. No, he gets RP off. Lina finally picks him down. Second RP is available. Moo is looking for the skewer. Bam, second RP. No, he misses this one.
Hey, you got the Spirit Bear.
Yeah, he got the Spirit Bear, which is the same thing like getting Ice. Ice is actually fighting both everybody on the tower, but the damage has been done. I think Tongfu will get a clean 3-0 sweep here.
Yeah, it really looks like it. Look at bottom racks, probably mid racks as well. Still plenty of time before heroes respawn. GG is the call. 3-0 grand final sweep for Tongfu. Boy, do they look strong.
They really look strong, especially that game 2 performance coming out from Moo. How really good performance here. Moo, still great performance. King J may be the weakest link on this team, but still good enough. Good enough. An AMD Premier League champion will be Tongfu.
Yeah, I mean, they walk away with their share of the $5,000 prize pool. Big thanks to Dota Talk for organizing the whole event, as well as the sponsors, AMD. It's been fun. It's been a good event, and I think season two already confirmed and announced. I'm not sure if I don't know about the dates announced, but I know with the initial, when they initially announced it, they announced that there would be 2 seasons. So there will be a season 2, another $5,000 prize pool with some of the best teams in Asia. So definitely keep your eyes out for that, guys. Big thanks to everyone who has tuned in throughout and enjoyed all the matches. And yeah, we got a one-sided-ish grand finals, but it was just some great Dota anyways.
Yeah, it was actually really good Dota. Just high, spectacular play from Tongfu. And Zenith has some interesting strategies, but yeah, it just didn't work out.
They didn't even go like for any gimmicky strategies. They played very fairly standard, strong strategies, but Tongfu were just a notch above them today.
Yeah, they were. And Tongfu will take it a clean 3-0 sweep for this best of 5 series. We're pretty much done. I urge you guys to, again, support Dota Talk, as well as support future season of the AMD Premier League. And also, there's the Western qualifiers. Thank you guys for tuning in, despite having the Western qualifier going on. Urge you guys to check that one out. GG, guys.
See ya.